Hi guys, welcome back to another Explain 12 video. We are today flying the JRollon CRJ-200, donning the Atlantic Sun Airways livery, as you can see so nicely here on the screen. And we are flying from Hanover, so we're flying back from where we landed last time, back to Amsterdam. So that's gonna be interesting. A quite short flight, but fun enough. And I really actually want to go back to flying the ERJs. That's why I'm flying back, because there's no way to changing to that one. Because I do prefer that over the CRJ actually. And let's open the doors here. There we go. Can we get into the aircraft? Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, okay, I guess we don't have an option to... Oh well. Doesn't really... Does that make any difference, or... it doesn't seem like... Yeah. No, sorry, you can press Q with this walk around and then you can sometimes get into the aircraft. Not this time. But yeah, the airplane looks fine, I guess. Not that I would know what to look for, but we'll judge it as being fine looking. Now, okay, I can know, I guess, on a overall basis what to look for, but not gonna make a difference here in the sim. So let's close that walk around, and let's can we close this door? How did I even open this? Doesn't make too much of a difference. We'll just use the ground handling tool, and then we'll connect or put out the most important stuff. But interesting though, I really didn't know you could, this actually got me a bit interested in checking this out. Can you close it somehow? Or is this, oh, that's interesting. Seems like it's tied. Because here it's closed. Oh well, small differences. The jetway doesn't work on this one, unfortunately. As you can see, we have this nice Hanover, the freeware one, but doesn't work. It's quite old, right? You can see the SAS with the Boeings, and I'm trying to think what else. No, but I guess that's the main one. Maybe the FedEx as well with their... Well, they still fly the MD-11, so not too old school. Let's see. Yeah, we have our viewpoints. But yeah, I'm just gonna get started. Very abruptly, but yeah. No, but I'll just get started, you know the drill. We can't arm there, so just put it on. No smoking. We will connect the external power, which we do through the menu here. We have the fuel, etc. So that's all looking good. It is a tad bit loud, that I don't even have that high of a volume. Let me check just if it's too loud on the... No, okay, maybe my voice seems to be a bit louder. But yeah, unfortunately we'll have to listen to that GPU making noise. We'll put in our flight information here. Let me see if I get the flight number. I just put in my basic one there. Okay, we should be quite similar. We're not going to be flying very high today. Let's see, we have the CRJ-200. How many passengers are we boarding today? 35, so not a full plane. Boarding music. Let's see, Pack X. Boarding music. Do we have anything for Atlantic? Possibly not, so we'll just do the generic one, but we should have a safety brief. Pack X, safety, Atlantic Sun. So there we go. And let's see, I pushed down some graphics option. Hopefully X-Plane will work better. It's always a bit of a hit and miss with X-Plane, unfortunately, with the FPS. I think this plane is usually quite fine, just because it's quite old, right? So it doesn't require as much. We can put the nav lights on while we wait with the beacon. I'll put the pumps on, since we're gonna start the APU at some point at least. Other than that, not much else. We'll just get started, try to do this as quick as possible. Can we even set our position in it? Oh yeah, I know why we can't. Because we need to put our... Yeah, bless you, man. We need to put these into nav. And now we can, or I guess technically we could write the airport. Actually, sorry, I know exactly why I can't get it. Maybe it's from this one, right? That will, I guess that will do. The only problem I am wondering now is that gonna give us the right position, right? Because I think we are in a bit of a different position, if I'm not mistaken. So we are at north 5-2. I'm just wondering if this could have been the issue. We had problems the last time. 4-5. So north 5245.8. Then east 009. Dot. I don't know how to do that symbol though, so that makes me a bit wondering if we're gonna be able to do this. 69. God damn it. Probably somehow you're able to write that. Let me... If this camera system would just work at some point. No. But oh well, ain't the end of the world. We'll just use what we got, do the best we can with it. We have EHAM set. We need to put in our flight plan as the next step. I guess the best is just to start with the departure as usual. We're flying from VAX 1G. And then we're doing... Okay, it's a shorter flight plan than last time, so that's nice. Y348 to OSN. And then we're flying L980 to Amsan. And then we are flying T281 to Norku. And that should be it. Then we can do our arrival. It's the center one. We want to select star first, apparently. Norku 2A. Previous page, center. And now let's have a look at our pilot to ADC so we don't get this wrong. And I'm gonna close this EA because I don't know why it always starts, but it does. No, we don't need to do the settings, we just need to load the sim brief one from import. And let's have a look how it looks, the flight plan now. Okay, looks relatively decent. Some a bit weird, but nothing we can't live with. I think this should align with our flight plan generally. I'm not gonna double check, I'm just gonna hope it does. We have the stars and the SIDS, but do we have the procedure? I'm just gonna check what the approach will be. So if we're doing the ILS, we are coming in from R-tip, so best would be to have R-tip. And let me just move it so you can see as well again. Well, there is some suggestions here. The one I like the most is this Art 1H. So I think I'm gonna go
We're on your time now.
with that one.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me
and
activate it
welcome
just to
aboard
make sure it
flight
does look
211
reasonable.
to Amsterdam.
And
Our
then it
flight
should
time
be
will
a center
roughly
one. Yeah, this
2
looks
hours.
perfect.
Now that the cabin doors
We'll
closed,
validate
please make
it.
sure that all devices are in
Let
airplane
me just
mode and
check
your
that we
learning
have the
devices
right
are now set
cruise
down in
altitude.
space.
We'll
Please fasten your
file
seatbelt
it,
and ensure
and
that
then we
all
can
passengers
connect
will
to the
seat
sim.
back during the full upright and locked position before departure. Cabin crew,
Let's
prepare
hope we
cabin
have the
for
same
departure.
transition in the sim as well now. Should check that first, but yeah, you know, small mistakes are easily made. Okay, let's see, loading. Taking its sweet time. Yep, but it's working. We're taking off from 109 right here. Let's move away from the 80s. We can keep it as a backup.
Hanover Airport information, Juliet. 1050 local winds are calm. Visibility 6 miles.
So
Spec condition
121.
VFR. Temperature 7. Dew point 1.
9,
Current QNH
5.
is 1018. Arriving runway 09er left.
Oh wait,
09er
sorry.
right. Departing runway 09er left. 0.
Let's do com 1. We can have the 80s on the second one. 136. 136, 57. 575. Is it working now? Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, let's see. So that was the... Which one did we pick now? Let me have a look. We picked the ILS and the Art 1. Yeah. Art 1 and H1H. That's the one. We did select that one first, so we can have a look now at our flight plan. Should not be any discontinuities. We'll need to monitor this flight plan a lot just to make sure nothing goes wrong. In terms of other things to do, or that we should set up, let me have a look. Now we have a database, that's always a good start. Performance in it, thrust limits. We could do the outside air temp. Let me switch and listen to the lady, so we can set the barrow as well.
Hanover Airport information, Lima. 1050 local winds are calm. Visibility 6 miles. Spec condition VFR. Temperature 7. Dew point 1.
7 degrees.
Current QNH is 1018.
1018.
09er left. 09er right. Departing runway 09er left. 09er right. 09er center.
That should do.
Hanover Airport
And we got
information,
that,
Lima.
so we can move
1050
away
local
from the 80s. And now we just need to set the speeds of this lovely bird. And for that I need the document. CRJ, manual, and I only need... Is it the pilot handbook? Yeah, the pilot handbook will give us, and I know we're 44,000 pounds, kind of exactly. So there we can have a look at our V1s and etc. There's some corrections depending on altitude as well and outside air temperature. But let's add these in so we don't forget. We can start with that. The V1 should be 132. The rotate should be 134. We're going to do flaps 8. The V2 will be 145. Okay, that's good. And the VT is at 172. Okay, very nice. So we have that set up. Looking good outside. I guess our passengers have boarded our small little plane. So we could actually close the doors. Let me just get this Get this done. There we go. That seems to have closed all of them, so that's happy days. We can start the APU. Get that going. Let's see, maybe we should also do this. I'm just gonna check quickly. Yeah, okay, that one changes, which we don't have to change the standby one. The APU is starting. And then let me think, I think it's Atlantic, right? This is call sign. Atlantic 4003, ready to copy IFR clearance.
Atlantic 4003 contact Hanover ground on 121.905 for IFR clearance.
Yeah.
Atlantic 4003 ground on 121.905.
Okay, let's see. I think we now have the APU up and running. I hope at least. Let me see, aircon. I don't want to put those off. We do want to put the probes on and then put a bit of the windshield. And now I'm just trying to think, can we disconnect? Yeah, we can disconnect that. I'm gonna go to menu, disconnect the external power, have a look. Oh yeah, they moved us to another. Atlantic 4003, ready to copy IFR clearance.
Atlantic 4003 is cleared to Echo Hotel Alpha Mike climb via the VAX 1 Golf departure with the VAX of transition.
Oh no, we had the right altitude.
Expect departure runway 09er right.
What else do we
Climb to
need?
flight level 060
Oh yeah, squawk
via the
might be
departure.
good to
Expect
add.
higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Bremen approach on 119.4. Squawk 6034.
Atlantic 4003 is cleared to Echo
3,
Hotel
4,
Alpha
6,
Mike climb via the
0.
VAX 1 Golf departure with the VAX of transition, then is filed. Climb to flight level 060
There we
via
go.
the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after
Let's
departure.
put that
Bremen
on.
approach on 119.4. Squawk
Stem trim,
6034.
Mac trim,
Atlantic
yaw dampeners,
4003 readback correct.
Oh yeah,
QNH
we need
is
the
1018. Let us know when you're ready for
hydraulics
pushback.
actually. That we should have done earlier.
QNH is 1018
If you
Atlantic
bleed on.
4003.
And what else? What else? What else? Oh yeah, this ATC thing. We need to put on the weather radar also at some point. We got the QNH and that's aligned, so that's always good. What about traffic? Do we need to put that on? Should be fine. Let's ask for pushback clearance. Atlantic 4003, ready for pushback. Let's hope it will
Atlantic
work this time.
4003 pushback approved.
Pushback approved Atlantic 4003.
Let me check what Pack X is saying. Pre-flight. Oh, now they're on. Awkward, having them the wrong directions. The beacon light should go on. We can ask the ground handling widget to remove everything. So we're clear on both sides. We'll ask this one to push us back. I guess that's a logical one. Let's ask for the pushback and let's see if it works. Worst case scenario, we'll just again use the normal one. We'll need to have the ignition on, that's what I forgot last time. And let's remember, we have to go above 15 and then we can flip the fuel on. So yeah, let's see. Our co-pilot is here, he's looking chill. God, it's so hard to keep the camera. It's either too slow when you use the normal one or when you use the yoke or the mouse one. It's crazy fast, the yoke one is slow. Let's see if we close the doors to the back. Not quite, my friend, not quite. Where's the click spot for that though? There we go. Looks good. Bye. Nah, but yeah, it's you can really see. But I must say, when this came out, this must have been amazing, right? Having the cabin and stuff, and at least when I read some of the old, it was really well received in the beginning. And let's see, I think the funny part is I removed extras. But I still can't hear them, so that's very odd. I need to have a look at my settings. I removed extras just because I thought that one might be the culprit. Partly maybe some FPS drop as well, but mainly to like not getting any sound. It seems like it doesn't make a difference, at least not yet. What viewpoints do I have with this one? I have some nice ones.
937 Tango Charlie, good day to you. Give way to Air Lingus in your 12 o'clock. Then taxi link 4 Hotel 1 into runway 16, hold short runway 28.
Roger will give way to the
Let's see, it's racing us up. This is really cool with X-Plane, the way it does these things. Okay, and let's see if we got pushback clearance. We did. Oh no, did I forget to do... Can I do... let's stop the pushback. Ah, I hate this when you have the A-car system. At least I realized it in time.
United 127 Monitor Tower 118.6, bye-bye.
Can I... Okay, we're getting that removed. Let me see if I can get the A-cars working now. Current time.
Channel 162 Monitor Tower 118.6, good day.
Let me see. Current time, do I want to change? When was the time on that one? So if I wanted to start the boarding, that was 15:55. If I just change this one like a tiny bit, let's see when it gets dark, let's say 15:41 or something. Then if we now did the start flight boarding, and now it's working. Okay, so we can reconnect. Okay, just wanted to make sure I got the system up and running. As I don't wanna screw that up, so to speak. Let's also check the flight tracking and make sure we are actually gonna end up on that list. Okay, let's see now. Okay, we're getting the pushback. Oh, sorry, we managed to set the parking brakes by mistake. What did I forget? Was it the Sol one I forgot?
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an
There we go.
emergency demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Okay, it's pushing us back.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and crew, welcome
Still
aboard
waiting
this
for it to
flight.
go above
We hope you enjoy
15,
your flight and thank you for choosing
which it
Atlantic
did at
Sun
that point.
Airways. We'd like to take a few minutes to acquaint you with the many safety features of this aircraft. Although you already may be familiar with many of these procedures, we appreciate your attention during this important safety briefing.
The
Safety starts with your
right
seatbelt.
engine is
Whenever the seatbelt
started.
light is turned on, your seatbelt must be fastened low and tight across your lap. Simply slide the middle
The door looks a bit weird here with delivery, but oh well, let's leave it at that.
The buckle to release.
Okay, that one is started. We'll start the left engine.
However, for your safety, we'd like you to keep your seatbelt fastened.
We're on taxi out now, so that's good. We're above 15. Let's go to idle. I'm gonna arm these traversers so I don't forget.
Now would be a good time to take a moment and locate the two exits nearest you, keeping in mind that your nearest exit may be behind you.
Can we arm some of these? Doesn't look like it. The only reason I'm asking is just how we get the taxing done in a good manner. Let's get the generators on. APU bleed.
A change in color or exit sign will indicate you have reached an exit. Our cabin is
Yeah, that should be fine.
If we experience a sudden decrease of cabin pressure, an oxygen mask will appear from the compartment above your seat.
Oh yeah, they
Reach
want
up and
us
pull
to
the mask
put
towards
the
you to start the flow of
parking
oxygen.
brake on.
Place the mask
And
over
what
your
I'll
nose
do
and
now
mouth and
as the
tighten
next
elastic
step,
band around
we
your
can close
head
the
by pulling
ignition,
on either side and breathe normally.
close the
Although oxygen
APU.
will flow through the mask, the plastic bags may not inflate.
I think that should be
Remember to
sufficient.
put your mask on before helping other passengers.
Dome light, nothing like this that we need to set up.
Plastic bags beneath or in some cases between each seat.
We can give disconnect and hand signals.
Pull it over your head while placing your arms through the side straps. Pull the strap firmly to expose the back panel and tighten by pulling out on the yellow tabs.
Anything else on the set? No, don't think so. We can start setting the flaps maybe to 8, which it should be at now, I think. Let me see. No, that must be 8. Bit hard to see. It doesn't really say what it is, right? It just shows this, so I guess 0, 20, 30, 45, so I guess that's 8. Looks like we are in the clear though, so that's nice. Let's ask for taxi clearance. Atlantic 4003, ready to taxi. Did they ignore us?
Once airborne, you will be advised when the use of approved devices such as personal computers and compact displayers is permitted. A complete list of approved devices may be found
Atlantic
in the magazine located in the seatbelt pocket
4003,
in front
ready
of you.
to taxi.
We'll be taking off momentarily.
Ah, there we go.
Atlantic 4003 runway
Okay, I'll release the
09
brakes.
Taxi via Alpha 1, Lima 1, Charlie,
Add a bit of
Alpha,
thrust.
Echo, hold short
Check
runway
that
09 right.
Trim is looking okay.
Runway 09 right. Taxi via Alpha 1, Lima 1, Charlie, Alpha, Echo. Runway 09 right.
Check that we
Atlantic
have the
4003.
right.
Atlantic 4003
Let me just
free
check, do we
runway
have
09 right. Taxi via taxiways Alpha 1, Lima 1, Charlie, Alpha, Echo, hold short runway 09
There we go.
right.
We're moving now.
Runway
Nav
09
on.
right. Taxi via taxiways Alpha 1, Lima 1, Charlie, Alpha, Echo. Hold short runway 09 right. Atlantic 4003.
Let's add a vertical speed of 2.5.
We're prepared for takeoff.
Very good. Okay, and we are taxiing now. And we're not gonna use FS Charter. And the reason why you why I have FS Charter is because I use it with another virtual airline which I haven't yet flown with. That's called Bonaire. But I think that's really I have how many do I have now? Is it 6 different ones? And I don't think I'm gonna sign up to any more of them than those. Bonaire, the reason I signed up for Bonaire was because they have African flights. So that's something I thought was pretty cool. But it's that was kind of the sole reason, because I felt AirWigo has, for example, South America ops, Walker is across the world, Metro is Europe and Hawaii and the US, and then Fly UK is also the North Americas around Oceania. I guess the only thing I'm missing, to be honest, is a bit the Middle East and Asia, but actually AirWigo is also Asia based, possibly also Fly UK with some of their subsidiaries. So yeah, no, let's see, maybe if if one of the ones I'm now part of closes down or something, then I could consider doing something else. But yeah, no, 6 is enough. That's about 6 hours of flying, plus minus per month, right? Well, Bonaire doesn't have a requirement, so that's pretty nice. But there you have to kind of work your way up, so that's the hard part, right? So I'm just flying the Twin Otter now for them, which is actually why I want to do a video, because it's a very fun aircraft to fly, and I got the Twin Otter from Aerosoft, which is great, or at least I think so. Let's add a bit more sound now. Looks pretty good. So the only graphics change I did was I pulled back a bit on the amount of buildings to medium. So not the rendering distance or anything, just the amount. So, because I thought it looked ugly anyway, so not gonna matter if it looks a bit more ugly with less buildings. X-plane I mainly fly because I really like the sky, I really like how the plane handles. I'm at some point gonna try True Earth UK from Orbex. I'm gonna buy that at some point. It's very far down on my wish list, but I'll get that definitely at some point. Okay, let's see. So we're taxiing down here. All is going good thus far. We should soon get a call to be able to God, totally blanking now. But yeah, we should soon be allowed to take off and get the hand over to the tower, which I guess we're now being.
Tower on 120.4.
Let me just check
Tower
that these are all in pounds.
Atlantic 4003.
Because it didn't seem like a lot. Yeah, it's in pounds, good. We only have, yeah, it's a short flight, right? But I still don't want to end up with no fuel. Atlantic 4003, ready for takeoff.
Atlantic 400, 3 winds are light and variable. Runway 09er right cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for
Runway
takeoff.
09er right cleared
Thank
for
you.
takeoff, Atlantic 4003.
Let's see. I really like that voice. It's very like cheering. That's the spirit. Let's hope we don't crash. Okay, let's do this. Quick run. We're in a hurry. Because we gotta get these commuters that have flown to Hanover. I don't know who would fly between Hanover and Amsterdam, but I guess there are people, probably work related, to be honest. Let's try to maintain the center line. Do we have the takeoff one set? Looks like we do. So we're just, should have probably pushed. What is the takeoff one? N1 takeoff. Oh well. Oh, is it like 134? Yeah, let's just remember that. We should be fine. We have a lot of leeway. So V1, rotate. And there we go. And let's zoom in a bit so we can see how we're supposed to be flying. Oh, and actually we need to select the right source. The FMS, there we go. We have been able to climb. We can go to flap 0. We can do the taxi lights off. We can trim up this. The flaps are really annoying with this plane. That's my only, kind of my big gripe with it. For some reason it just goes into that annoying mode.
Atlantic 400, 3 climb and maintain flight level 120, contact Bremen approach on 119.4.
Climb and maintain flight level 120 approach on 119.4 Atlantic 4003.
Still looks pretty good. 'Cause here I have actually for Hanover I have some photoreal that covers the area. So even with the less
Approach
autogen and stuff, it looks
climbing to flight level
very
120.
good.
Atlantic 4003, good day. Radar
we are.
contact 4 nautical miles east of Hanover Airport.
Let's put it up a bit, our vertical speed. We can also push back a bit on the throttles.
Atlantic 4003, slated 250 knots or less.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
Wilco Atlantic 4003.
How much can we climb actually? Let's do 3.5. This doesn't seem to be an issue. Have we gotten any higher clearances?
Atlantic 4003, climb and maintain flight level 180, contact from center
One.
on 125.1.
Whoops.
Climb and maintain flight level 180 center on 125.1 Atlantic 4003.
Let's continue our climb. 180.
Center Atlantic 4003 climbing to flight level 180.
Still looking okay with our speed.
Atlantic 4003, good day.
Saying goodbye to Hanover. Damn, this game looks good though with photoreal. Oh, really gets me my itch, my photoreal itch. X-Plane needs to do something. They need to add some sort of
Atlantic
solution.
4003 expedite speed reduction to 250 knots.
Let's
Wilco
see.
Atlantic
We're once again
4003.
gonna trim down a bit. It's not the easiest plane to handle. There you can see the kind of thing I was talking about in Hanover. For some reason they have this issue. I'm not sure if it's related to the authors or something, but it's frustrating. Very frustrating. Let's pull back a lot on the speed now, because we're really overspeeding. Let's check if we're now on the... Yeah, we're kinda on the last... I mean, we could technically put on the autopilot now, I would say. Let's see, we do have a speed mode, but I would rather do actually vertical, so I can control that a bit better, I feel. Now you need to pay more attention when you do that though, so that's something. Let me see though, because I'm not sure about the thrust limits. It looks a bit weird, should be at 89.8, so I'm gonna put that. We can shut these. I'm gonna really push down the nose so we can get that speed up, and by a lot. Yeah, let's see, now we should be at a pretty good climbing speed. Saying goodbye to... Yeah, that's the oddity. But yeah, it looks really good, right? That's the... Almost good that I want to take the picture from this angle. Let's see if we can get some of the sky. Or maybe if we move it a bit, we don't get that oddity with the different photoreal. Let's have a look. I'll jump in again. Okay, we are climbing. We can probably climb a bit more, just so we don't overspeed. 'Cause that's the other thing, right? You have to balance those factors with this plane. Crazy though, when I did my night flight, I was wondering like, oh my god, what's the risk we were gonna crash into that? We weren't far from that. Well, I guess we came in a bit differently, but yeah. How do I... Okay, there we go. There's some oddities sometimes with this. And there's a small airport as well, probably general aviation though. We can still climb a bit more, I would say. 2.5 maybe. Let's already put this to our cruising altitude of 24. I'm gonna assume we're not gonna go higher than that anyway. Lights are off.
Atlantic 40035 and maintain flight level 240.
Seatbelt signs are off. We need to let our people know that. Okay, now we can. So we don't want to lose too much speed. We want to keep a pretty high speed. We have about 30 minutes left of the flight, so it's not a long flight. And I want to keep our pace. Let's see what they gave us. Flight level 240, that's good. What's the cruising one? It's a higher one? Or maybe it makes sense. Let me put that as active already. We are losing still. I'll climb a bit slower. There's no rush. I just want to maintain speed, because by maintaining speed I'll make sure we get to our destination as quickly as possible. We don't need to have these thrust reversers armed anymore. And now you should be able to, yeah, you can see here why it's the photo reel, right? So for some reason there's a difference. I know someone had a fix for that, so I need to have a look at it. I think it's only that place. But yeah, here you can really see. I mean, it's not a big difference in X-plane when you're up above, but it just adds that color that the world of X-plane lacks a bit. But maybe X-plane can do it with land class. They just need to find a good way of getting that color right and stuff. Somehow getting it mixed a bit more so it looks. Because there's just something, right? Your eyes get more fooled. I mean, if I was shown pictures, I would think that's more real life than this one, right? Okay, we're soon at 24,000. We're definitely gonna need to pull back a bit on the thrust if this is gonna work. Let's pay attention and see a bit. We're maintaining Mach, but soon we're gonna really be gaining Mach because we are gonna be reaching our altitude. We're already starting a bit to gain on with speed wise, so I'm pulling back a bit on the throttles. Let's see a bit how much. 32 minutes. Did we gain time? That's interesting. So we have a headwind. Good for landing, less good for flying. Was that in our flight plan though? I didn't check that, to be honest. Yeah, we're supposed to have a bit of a wind against us, it seems. I think it's saying 225, right? Yeah, what's the wind here? 23. Always forget a bit how to read these, but yeah, let's see. So we're maintaining pretty decent. Not really the nicest clouds. Barely any clouds, to be honest. We should soon be back in a photo reel. I have both Amsterdam and Rotterdam actually. Let me actually see if there is more to get. No, it's only Rotterdam and Amsterdam I have. The only one I would actually want to get, oh my god, it is really bad performance heavy. Because I would really want to get the flight tempo one, just because it's absolutely beautiful for X-Plane. But yeah, performance heavy. That's such a bummer. I really hope they release their Copenhagen, though I'm 100% getting that. That's just a fact. I really love their Copenhagen. That's at the top of my favorite flight tempo sceneries in P3D. If not the top one, I think it's probably Copenhagen. I mean, it's not fair to rank them in that sense. They have a lot of good ones. Boston is amazing as well. I don't need it though for X-Plane because I have a really good freeware Boston, which actually isn't that bad compared to the flight tempo one. Okay, let's see. Still going pretty good. Maybe a bit loud on the... I'll put down a bit the volume. Don't know if it affects you guys, so it's just the hardware one. We'll add a bit of thrust. We're talking about tiny amounts. Just to maintain our speed. Let me have a look at what it says in terms of our ETA. 25 minutes now, so it's not long. We can actually... Yeah, I was trying to look for the EFB, but we don't have one, so we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. ChartFox. And what is ChartFox telling us? ChartFox is telling us approach 18 center. I'm actually not sure if I've done that in a very long time, 18 center. I put that in myself because I was tired of doing 18 right. I've done some of these ones quite a bit. 1095.
Approach to runway 18 center with the R1H transition at Schiphol Airport.
Let's put in the 109.5 as the active one. 182 seems to be the course, so we're gonna put that in 18. You won't see it though, because that's just how it's set up. 182. And then actually we need to add a bit more speed. I don't know why. Thought I added, but it seems to have decreased almost. Maybe we're just getting more wind.
Atlantic 4003, contact Langen Center on 118.75.
Our top of descent is not for a while. Let's see if we have a top of descent with this one.
Center Atlantic 4003
I don't think so.
Atlantic 4003, good day.
Ah, my Chris Pine voice. It sounds a bit like him, right? Let's see. We wanna set the MDA. Well, decision height should be fine. It's gonna be a low one, category 1, 133. So let's do 1.5. That's fine. We have the decision height set. Oh yeah, one thing I did totally forget about was putting the altitude to the correct one with the barrow. In terms of actually the barrow, I'm not sure. So let's check. We should be getting that once we get closer. So we try to listen for the altimeter. The risk is though I'll forget about it. Looks to be pretty nice weather though, so won't matter because I'll have the visual cues. But if there's a lot of fog, it might be a bit nasty. Okay, still looking pretty good. ETA is 21 minutes. Let's push the engines a bit more just for the lull. The fuel situation though I'm still wondering a bit about, so let's Will it be enough? Should be, but you never know. So we're coming into Amsand, then we'll go a bit to the right. We'll reach R-tip, and that's when we're gonna start our descent. Actually a bit before R-tip, but just tiny bit. How does it look here in the back? It's cramped. I don't think I've actually ever flown in a CRJ. I've flown Embraer with KLM. I have definitely flown turboprop ATR, so I flew that to Kos once. That was probably the 40, the smaller model, right? Is that 45, 42, I think? But I don't think I've ever flown a CRJ actually in terms of these regionals in Europe. The Bombardier I never flown either. The funny part is I have a very vague memory of me flying with the Blue One Avro RJ, but I just have no clue where we would have flown, so that's on my iffy list. But could very well have been that I flew that, but I can't confirm, or nor did I, unfortunately. But I know I've flown the MD-82 because I flew that from Copenhagen down to Athens back in 2016. But that must have been one of the last ones, right? Yeah. Let's have a look if we can see anything yet in terms of scenery changing to the photoreal. Nope, we cannot. Still this grayness. This is the world in autumn. I guess technically though early
Atlantic 4003 descend via the
spring
NORCA
is kind of similar.
2A arrival with the NORCA transition to flight level 240 QNH is 1015 at Schiphol Airport.
1015.
Descend via
Okay.
the NORK 2A arrival with the
We
NORCA
have
transition
nowhere
to
where we
flight
can
level
write that.
240 QNH is 1015 Atlantic
1015.
4003.
Let's keep that on our mind. And we can hopefully at least remember to put that in.
Bonjour, Atlantic Golf Alpha, flight level 380 inbound to Bordeaux. Atlantic Golf Alpha, bonjour, direct to Bordeaux. That's clear for Atlantic Golf Alpha. Norway 8186, contact Bordeaux 13475. 13475, wire 81. Again, it's at 13475. 13475.
Okay, our speed is... What's going on though? Why are we fluctuating so much in terms of our altitude? That's weird. I read somewhere about this weird winds at cruising altitudes, but I can't say I know for sure that's what's causing this weird fluctuation. Let's see if we can maintain. Let's add a bit more speed. We went a bit down just to make sure we didn't overspeed. Okay, we're at Robbie's, so we're gonna start our descent very soon. For some reason it wants us much lower. Let me ask actually for Atlantic 4003, request flight level 100.
Atlantic 4003
Finally.
descend and maintain flight level 100.
Descend and maintain
Let's
flight
put
level
that
100
in.
Atlantic 4003.
Let's really slowly bring back the throttles. We'll go to vertical. Let's get that descent going at 2.5. And the only reason why is because according to this one, see we should be at Oscar at 155. But then the top of the descent is just before that, so I'm not sure how that's working, but oh well. Let's see if we're getting some nicer views. Still looks like the land class, but it looks better here when it's not so grey and dead looking. At least they're hiding the ground with this little fog, right? Yeah, let's see. So we're getting down, slowly descending. No rush, even though we should be at 135 at RTIP. I think this is pretty okay. Let's add a bit of speed so we get faster. What else do we need to do? What do you think, co-pilot? Anything we need to do? No, nothing? Okay. Yeah, he's not the most chatty one, our friend in the right seat. Actually, this is the only one. I think you can remove him, right? This is the only one I don't mind having. He just kind of, he doesn't block anything. He just kind of sits there. Adds, I guess, a bit to the immersion. Doesn't look totally stupid like some of those. Like the one that's interactive, right? I think they had there's something for like the Tolises. I don't like that one. Haven't tried it though, to be fair. But I guess if you have to make it interactive, it has to look a bit different, right? Here it can kind of blend in with the scenery, or with the aircraft textures, right? It looks kind of good, and in comparison to if you would have someone that's animated, right? You would, at least to my extent or my knowledge, usually they would look a bit different, right? Still be moving, right? The shadows would hit differently, etc., etc., etc. Okay, still descending, still looking pretty good. Let's descend to 10,000 and see what we get from our nice well, I guess the approach will probably be handed over to that pretty soon. The one thing we need to make sure is we keep a very low speed once we get towards the turn here, because it's gonna be quite a tricky turn. So I don't want. It went very well when we flew with the ERJ, but the fielder ERJ is pretty good. It's not as bad as one would think.
Roger, remain on my track, I'll call you back.
Atlantic 4003, you are 41 nautical miles east of the airport. QNH is 1015, cleared direct RTIP, then cleared for the ILS approach to runway 18 center with the ART-1H transition at Schiphol Airport. Contact Schiphol approach 126.67.
We got the
QNH
clearance.
is 1015 cleared direct RTIC, then cleared for the ILS approach to runway 18 center with the ART-1H transition at Schiphol Airport. Approach on 126.67 Atlantic 4003.
We actually be a bit above what we should be at RTIPs, or below what we should be at RTIP.
Descending to flight level 100.
Atlantic 4003, good day.
But I guess technically if we got the clearance to 100, we should be fine, right? I don't know, not sure how that works. So we're now actually flying over a reclaimed area, so this is all just taken from the sea, basically reclaimed. I think this one and that one as well. So that's pretty interesting. Okay, still descending. Let's see if we get any news at 1000. We should still be at 1000 at Vinia, so there's probably not going to be any descent clearances, but let's see after Vinia if we need to descend ourselves. But yeah, should be fine. 12 minutes left, give or take. Let's put on the landing lights. And let's actually ask our passengers to put on their seat belts, just because we are pretty close now. Been a very good flight this far, or thus far. Knock knock. In terms of or knock on wood, not knock knock, but knock on wood.
Atlantic 4003 expedite speed reduction to 250 knots.
Okay, we need to.
We'll go Atlantic 4003.
Let's have a look at our speed reduction.
We have begun our final descent into Amsterdam. Flight attendants will be passing
Amsterdam, that's where we're heading. Oh, look at this, we have some clouds now. Quite high though, so probably won't impact us, but let's see. We forgot again to put on the chrono, but oh well, could be worse, could be worse. Got some sun in the cockpit, it seems. Still reducing his speed, slowly and steadily. Let's see if there's photo reel on this side of the... Is this photo reel or is this... Can't really tell, to be honest. Looks land classy. But I'm not sure actually what my area covers with the photo reel I got. It might just cover kind of the base, like Amsterdam. I think they have a river there, so maybe south of that river. We're gonna be flying over it. Let's see. We'll notice. The clouds do look very good though. So I'm not sure why they're giving more focus on clouds. I would just focus on goddamn scenery. Clouds, I mean, I've even removed all the cloud add-ons because I mean, yes, of course I can make it look a bit better, but there will be other issues. This look pretty good. Pretty darn good. Maybe not yet that like, okay, this is real life, but not far off. Okay, let's add some speed so we don't throttle down too much. That should be fine. Yeah, we don't have a lot of fuel, but enough, I would say, to get to Amsterdam and land. Can't really see too much, but maybe that's good. So at Vinia, and after that we should be descending further down. I think we could put it to, and actually talking about landing, what's gonna be our landing speed? I didn't think of that, but our landing weight will be around 42,000. So we should have a landing weight of where do you have that? Do you have that as well? Here, flaps. So at around 42,000 we wanna be at flaps 30 with 141 as our speed. Not sure how you set that though. Well, let's keep an eye on it and see a bit. I'm gonna throttle down a bit just so we fall a bit below 250 for the descent that we're soon about to embark on. Let's have a look here. Actually, this does look like photoreal. Yeah, this is yeah, you can see it with the clouds. Wow, it's Explain with photoreal. This is really like that. This is the potential of Explain, right? Explain, photoreal, Simhaven, the normal Explain clouds. Maybe a better aircraft to showcase the inside. I mean, this one does look old. Okay, let's see if we get any further, because otherwise I'm just gonna descend according to, because I think they said something about, yeah, we can just follow. So let me see if we can, I'm gonna move this down to a bit. Let's do 1000 to start off with. Let's do 1500. I'll slow down with the, let's change the altitude to, what do we want to get down to? So it's after 607, we want to get down to 34, so let's do 55 for now. Looking okay in terms of speed. I'll pull back a bit more on the throttles. I need to remember to change the source to the ILS once we get closer. We should soon be making the turn. We'll be going a bit out over the sea, and then we'll make our turn. So quite soon. But yeah, looks really good actually, this photoreal. And maybe that's the way to go, photoreal only on the airports. But that's why I got it, right? But yeah, I mean, personally I do like having nice visuals all the time. Okay, still at 8000. We're descending quite fine. 3400 after 607. About, well, now it's a bit more time left, 15 minutes. But that's just because of our speed. Even though it has increased a bit, but you can see the Mach has gone down quite a bit. We can send a bit slower. There's no mega rush. 1200 should be fine, or 1000 actually, which I now put in. Okay, let's see now. Let's see actually how it's gonna take these turns. It's not really the best LNAV, this one. It works, but it's not, I'm not sure it's that realistic, right? One thing I just started thinking of, I guess the reason why you wouldn't have done D-Day in the Netherlands is because of how easy it would be to kind of break the embankments, right, and flood all the area. Because otherwise, I mean, these beaches, they look pretty hard to defend if you would spread out your attack properly. But I guess you would also want to concentrate your forces, right, to punch a hole. But yeah, food for thought. Okay, looking pretty okay. Maybe we can pull back even a bit more on the fuel. Still looking pretty good. We can maintain. We'll soon start descending. I'll have a bit of thrust just so we don't go too low. We can do like 45 maybe. This is what I like about the CRJ though, the lack of auto throttle. Same with the ERJ. It just makes them, or make both of them a bit more fun to fly. Let's do this one so I don't forget the light. I know we're a bit high for this, but I'm gonna set the barrow anyway. We wanna be down to 3,000 pretty soon. Let's actually not increase the speed too much. This is pretty good. Let's decrease this one to 3,000, and we can start descending. Let's do it with 1,000 feet per minute. Maybe a bit more. 1,200 should be good. Let's do a call to our lovely passengers. Let's move that away. And let's actually check, because I never checked that, right? Are we flying? Daniel is flying the CRJ. So that's good. Good news. You can see it here, right? Flying. Seems to be some 787 and an A340-600, which actually when I'm working up, I really want to fly that aircraft with Atlantic Sun. I hope delivery doesn't need any kind of fixes, but you never know. Okay, we are still descending. Can we arm approach? Already maybe? Let's do nav 1, so localizer. So let's arm the approach. Actually, we don't want to go too... Okay, now I'm afraid I'm just gonna mess it up. Yeah, okay. We overrun it, which was my fear.
Atlantic 4003 QNH is 1015 at Schiphol Airport. Contact Schiphol Tower on 119.22.
QNH is 1015 tower on 119.22 Atlantic 4003.
Not the best aircraft, this one, to be honest. Let's really throttle back.
Tower Atlantic 4003.
Yeah, we can't really go with flap yet.
ILS approach runway 18 center.
Atlantic 4003, good day. Continue ILS to
Let's see
runway
if we
18
can
center, call when established on final.
get back on center line.
Continue ILS
I'm gonna
runway
guess
18 center will call when established on final Atlantic 4003.
I'm gonna guess it's one of these. Not sure which one though. We're still descending though, because apparently it captured the glide slope. And I'm actually gonna take controls. This is not gonna work otherwise, to be fair to the airplane itself. I'm gonna add a bit of speed brake. So that should get us down. That's fine, that's fine. Let's not sink too much. There's the runway to our left. Now we can go with a bit of flaps. We can also drop the gear down. That should create quite a bit of drag. I should have just kept it on the nav mode, the FMS mode, and then once we were lined up, that's when I should have put on the approach. But yeah, you know, you gotta try it sometimes. Let's do flaps 8, flaps 20. Let's make sure we don't. Actually, one thing we don't want to forget is those thrust reversers, right? But now they are armed, so that's good. Let's go to flaps full. That should really create a lot of drag. Otherwise, like 140 we want to be at. So should be fine now. We are kind of capturing it. Oh, look at that, some police car driving. Don't think I've seen that before, but I can't swear on it. Okay, looking a bit better now. Let's continue to add thrust, just to make sure we don't go too slow. Not the best approach with the hiccup with the ILS. I find that it's usual, and it's my recommendation for you guys as well. With planes that have this issue, do take control yourself. It's just better.
Runway 18 center Atlantic 4003.
Okay, 18 center Atlantic 4003. Okay, good. We have everything set, altimeters, etc. So we should be fine. And this is the center one we are landing with, right? Oh no, look at that plane. Please, please, no. Don't come close to us. My god.
Shark 10 X-ray, wind 240 degrees, 8 knots.
Not sure what plane that is. It's either a, I think it's a Mad Dog. Well, let's see. No, it's CRJ. My god. We're getting busted by our own mate. Okay, we're gonna...
Atlantic 4003 exit runway when able. Report clear of active.
Okay, that probably was a bit of a landing with all wheels at the same time. It should be fine though. Yeah, I'll brake a bit. Okay, there we go. So yeah, quite fine landing. I mean, I find this one to be relatively easy to land with.
Ryanair 23 uniform Lima, line up runway 28.
Atlantic 4003, ready to taxi.
Atlantic 4003 contact Schiphol ground on 121.55 for taxi clearance.
The local time is 4:35
Ground on 121.55
p.m.
for taxi. Atlantic 4003.
Where am I now? Let's have a look at our... Oh yeah, we are actually very close to the airport, and we could actually very easily... Oh sorry, I forgot to remove the right click. We can actually move to our, let's call them the normal gates, right? That you would taxi to with the ERJs and Embraers. Let's close the landing lights though, we don't need those anymore, and same with the strobe. We need to start the APU though, so we're gonna do that. Let me just turn a bit so we don't have to stress. So there we go. Let's turn here. Atlantic 4003, ready to taxi. No, nothing. Oh no.
Atlantic 4003 taxi to stand Yankee 71 via Bravo, Alpha 25.
That looks pretty good, this airport.
Via Bravo, Alpha 25,
oh no.
Atlantic 4003.
What's that? Must be the APU, right? Can't figure what else it would be. Let me just have a look. I guess that's fine. Okay, let me see. So we just taxi down here, then immediately to the left, and then immediately to the left, and we'll be where we want to be. So yeah, overall a pretty fun flight, much better than the other rodeo going to Hanover. On the negative side of things was of course the approach, which I can't say I was too pleased with. To remember for future purposes, do nav until you're really at the point you should be, and then you can do the approach mode. That's just the safest with some of these let's call them less refined aircraft. Or adaptations of less refined aircraft. Could also have been, of course, my fault, but I have a feeling that that one was partly to blame. The aircraft was partly to blame for that. And look at that, here we are. No one else is parking here, so we're just gonna roll in and park somewhere. Where? Doesn't really matter. I'm going a bit YOLOing here, but we don't really have anything to stress about. Okay, hello mate. Okay, we're coming. Get us stopped. There we go. Parking brake set. Hell yeah, shutting it all down. And we can open. And now I'm gonna close pilot TDC. And I'm just gonna check if... Yeah, we're at the deboarding now. Look at that. Touchdown, 167. That's pretty good. Let's do seatbelt signs off. With PACX, see if we get anything. Nothing yet. We can file the flight report. Another great flight back to Amsterdam. Was probably a pretty short flight, it's not gonna help me too much on my goal to reach 50 hours with this aircraft. What happened now? Low oil pressure, but that's fine. Okay, let's see if PACX is as kind as that one was. 167, yeah, look at that. Okay, and now we'll do the last thing before we close off for today. No, come on. Well, seems like we won't be getting anything. Let me put up some picture of the plane we can watch instead, since we're not going to be allowed to see the replay. Doesn't seem like that's working either, because the X-plane really crashed. Well, let's see now maybe. So yeah, was a nice flight. Flew all the way from Hanover to Amsterdam. Of course it had to crash, so I couldn't see my nice replay. It does seem to only do so with this aircraft though, so keep that in mind. It might be something wrong with this one. But yeah, that would have been really nice to see the landing, because I thought it was pretty good, even though the approach was atrocious. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them